takes a village to build an online presence. So with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Lily while she speaks on It Takes a Village to Build an Online Presence. Go ahead, Lily.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and online audience. I realized what a great chance this is to not only give a flavor of what Toastmasters is about, since I just joined this club and use the software to be able to give my speeches, but also to give a flavor of what's super important to me. Building my online presence, and trust me, it takes a village to build that online presence. Why build an online presence anyway? Well, we're all here in Toastmasters to strengthen our influence and our ability to communicate with people. And when you're online, that's exactly what you do, is spread influence. I have been connecting people to resources for over 25 years in different industries, and it's something I just absolutely love doing. And as a certified life coach, I realized there's more than one way to help people enhance their lives. I have a knack for picking up ideas that will make life easier for people. I thought, last year when I started my YouTube channel, I thought, this is a nice creative outlet for me to express my ideas and help out some people. Why not? And then maybe, if possible, monetize it. What we're going to do is look at one of my YouTube editions, and then you'll get some tips on how to make it easier, because once again, it takes a village to do this. You don't have to do this by yourself. The wonderful thing with the Toastmasters program is that you get a software called Pathways, and I realized going through level 4, it's about online presence. Don't you just love it when it relates exactly to what you're trying to do? When you're considering Toastmasters, you don't have to have the question of, what do I talk about? I mean, really, where do I start? You click on Pathways, get yourself a mentor, and then pick one that fits. So level 4 of online presence, I decided to do the YouTube, and let me do a screen share so I can show you Life Tools by Lily, which is the name of my YouTube channel. Now, YouTube is just one way to have presence online. I was most familiar with that one, which is why I did that one. It will truncate the process if you enlist help from other people to make your presence stronger, whether it is giving it names to what you're talking about, like titles, the content itself. And I feel like I'm still in the beginning of it, although it's been, what, a year and a half. Let me see if I can share the content. You get to see one of my more recent ones. There was ADHD Awareness Month last month. Now, I had not set it at the time that I did it so that the sound would play, but you get the idea here. It says Lily Corbly Johnson was live, tips for making adult ADHD less spooky. Now you'll notice that I had about 45 views, which is one of the higher views I've had. And I got that possibly because of the title I used. And I will go back to stop the screen sharing now. We good now? Yeah. You all see me okay? All right. I got a tip from Skillshare website from a lady who does copywriting, Mirka Pohjanrinne. Thank you, Mirka. I had no idea how to do headlines, and I'm still working on it. But that one, the how-to, came from her tips. It was amazing. I listened to a lesson from Skillshare on how to, or what kind of headlines to pick when you're doing broadcasting online. It's been a huge help to me. Now, the other part of what I've been working on is my friend Rebecca Durham is excellent at keeping in touch with people. And she pointed out a huge part of online presence, no matter what your subject matter, is to follow up with people. You're building relationships. You're thanking them for having watched or posted or whatever form that your information was in. You want them to know you appreciate that they paid attention. So I have, unfortunately, from the 45 views, I couldn't see who was watching, but if they comment, then you can follow up, and it's essential. You reach out to every single one of them. That's why they have social media specialists at companies to do that, like as a full-time job. Well, she is a co-owner of a Lyme disease clinic. And trust me, it's super successful because she's the marketing person for them. That's how they expanded their influence online. It's amazing. What is super important is to use an online presence to spread influence to people who would otherwise not listen to you. Let's say your child or your cousin. There's something about third-party advice that just resonates more. And what you do is you click share on that piece of online presence, whether it's someone posting about their book, a blog, or in my case, my video, you click share and send it to the person with a comment, hey, you might be interested in this, thus spreading your influence. And the more people who do that, the more who see it, the more influence you have. I just love it as a creative outlet. And I'm so grateful for the people who have been giving me tips as to how to build my influence. I'm looking for even more topics to cover. Wouldn't it be great to monetize it, but mainly to give back to people? I mean, I love talking about, let's say, what happens if you lose your rings, or how to prevent being flooded with garbage at your home. Hint, it's vermicomposting. Or even just book recommendations. It seems to be the way to learn is online presence. It amazes me. It's fun, and it takes diligence. I am so far from being an expert at it, but at least in my channel, it's super fun, and I love making an impact. I love having people say to me, wow, thanks to the tip you left last week, now I don't have so much trouble learning names. Or I'm going to send your video to my kid who's got ADHD. Let's keep the comments coming. Let's get that village, raising the community, raising my presence. And contact me if you're an online person who would like to hear more about Toastmasters. Thanks, word of mouth, supporters. I'm Lily with Life Tools by Lily.
Thank you so much, Lily, for that wonderful speech. The next portion of our meeting this evening is our impromptu speaking portion. And to lead us in table topics this evening is Venerine. And Venerine always has amazing questions, so I am looking forward to this.